morning. Welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, January the 22nd. Walter Bargen is with us today. He holds the title of the first poet laureate for the state of Missouri. And welcome back to Radio Friends, and Happy New Year to you, Walter.
All of that and more to you, Paul.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, today, we thought we'd do, or you came in with this idea of reading some of your works from several years ago, correct? And
Yes.
This was what, Today's Farmer?
Today's Farmer also, yes.
It's a magazine.
It's the MFA magazine, that's correct. It comes out 10 times a year.
Yeah. And there are pictures in there, and you have put words in poetry to these pictures.
Only to the back inside cover. Every month I do the back inside cover.
Yeah, right. Okay. So you want to look back on some of these?
Well, we're just looking back at one, and that's because the last time I did this, which was maybe close to a year ago, if not a year ago, you especially liked the poem that I wrote for the photograph of the Polyphemus moth, and I happen to have like a 2 feet stack of
Magazines.
Of Today's Farmers magazines, because I've done this now for probably close to 40 years.
Yeah.
And what was sitting right on top? The Luna Moth.
Okay, so I'm holding a picture of the Luna Moth and the words that you wrote to go along with this photograph.
Yes.
The green Luna Moth.
Yes. I think there is only one version of the Luna Moth, and it's green, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And one of the things that always caught me in the spring is that seeing these really large moths flapping their wings going up and down the windows because they're attracted to the light inside the house. Yeah. Though it's become a rarer and rarer experience. I'm not sure that I saw one this past spring, unfortunately.
I think I did.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. All right, so what did you say about it?
A soft pummeling against the screen door. A fluttering up and down the slick slope of window glass, a wild circling of the porch light. So this is what a piece of moon looks like, resting for the day on weathered wood, waiting for another night to rise.
That's good. And what a beautiful picture that is that I'm holding. If you're listening on the radio, just try to paint a picture of that green Luna Moth circling around your porch light. Now, I've got another one, and this is what?
This is the one from last year. I think this is the June issue. And this is of another very large moth. These are two of the larger moths in Missouri, the Polyphemus and the Luna Moth. And I attempt to physically describe the moth.
Okay.
Such beauty only lasts a week. A line accenting white, accenting black. A soft blush, a sifting sand, a haze of falling pepper, a shadow of brown, a line of burgundy fingering a faint light, and then each wing's single eye, deeply mascaraed, surrounding an unblinking yellow stare. A week of beauty, a moth's lifetime.
You know, I'm looking at that moth, the picture of the moth, and it's the first time I've really studied it, but the work of nature, of God, is just absolutely astounding. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's absolutely beautiful. Take a picture, look it up on the internet. The name of this moth is?
It's a Polyphemus, which is...
The Polyphemus.
Yes.
And two eyes looking right back at you. The colors of the sand and the shading of it is gorgeous. A master artist produced that. That's the first time that I had looked that closely at this particular moth and seen the majesty of it.
Yes.
Now, another one that you did. Your words paint a beautiful picture, Walter.
Thank you.
Now, this is a picture of a veteran running across the country.
Yes, there's actually in small print on the photograph. There's a description of what he's doing. He's a Marine veteran, and he started off this April to run across the United States, starting in Wilmington, North Carolina, And it's a fundraiser, for both veterans, their service animals, and trying to combat the negative impacts of COVID-19. And so here he is. He's reached Columbia, Missouri at this point in his journey running across the United States. Hard to imagine running 3,000 miles.
Oh, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. He actually ran across the country from coast to coast.
Well, if you want to find out about his journey and how it went, there is a Facebook.com website for him.
Okay.
If you want to check it out.
All right. And you had your words to this picture.
I did. From the first day, it's 3,000 miles to cross a continent, more or less. After that, it's maybe 50 miles per day to cross a continent, running alongside the eastbound lane with each stride thrust westward toward the Pacific. Never more than one step ahead, and some days one step behind. That leaves miles to wonder and wander, to be lost even when the direction is clearly one way. To run hours along gravel shoulders carrying a flag to honor all that we are as cars and trucks rush past, and to keep up with so many stories that start and end along the way.
You have quite a way with words. All right. And we probably got time for one more. How about
How about this one right
which
here?
one?
It's the one on the bottom.
The pig?
No,
Or the one on the very bottom?
the one on the very bottom. Yes, because this is very short, but the photograph is really stunning.
This one you want to show this picture?
Yes, it's
Okay, so
this
this
one.
is a person welding.
A farmer welding at night on a metal gate, and the slag that's being thrown off from the welding.
Now, try to paint a picture here real quick on the
Okay,
radio,
okay.
but you need to see this on television. Go
And
ahead.
you really need to look at it closely
Yeah.
to see what's going on. There is so much that we overlook. A night that flares the confetti of molten stars, a celebration of spinning mirror ball galaxies, a gate that is its own welded creation, and the delight of another task finished as it swings open into the new year.
Okay. And with that, we'll say Happy New Year. again.
Yes, Happy New
If you
Year.
if you want Walter's books, they're available on Amazon. They're available where, Walter?
This is my latest book. It's called You Wounded Miracle.
Okay.
And it only exists at Skylark Bookstore and
Okay.
contacting me through my email.
All right. We got it. Have yourself a nice day.